We are also going to be getting a brand new jukebox, and I'm actually pretty excited for this one. I love the colors. I really hope that this is something that connects to Bluetooth. If it is, I might just have to get my claws on it, because I love Bluetooth connected stuff, as you all know, and I love skeletons, and this is just the combination of both of those things. We're also going to be getting a brand new clock, and I really love the design of this clock. I think one of the reasons is it looks very reminiscent of The Nightmare Before Christmas in all of the best ways. A little bit cartoony, a little bit creepy, but overall very classic Halloween, and I can see a lot of people buying this to have on their shelves at home. This looks like something that would be sold at Target, so keep your eyes peeled. We also have two new eyeball thingies. I don't know what you would call them. The first thing is the eyeball doorbell. We've seen a lot of these in the past, and I can't tell what's different about this one. Perhaps it's just updated technology, but I always am a fan of the eyeball doorbells. And we are also getting, now this is the cool one, a brand new eyeball book. Sounds kind of weird, but it actually looks cool from the design. I hope this is one that makes it into post-production so we can actually see it in stores. And I might just be down to getting it because it does look pretty interesting. We are also going to be getting a brand new infinity mirror. Now, we saw two versions of this last year. This is the creepy girl version. I can't really tell what's different about this one. Perhaps it's the silver rim around the mirror. Regardless, I love the concept of the infinity mirror, and I really wanted to get one last year, but I didn't, so perhaps this is the year that many more collectors, and myself, fingers crossed, will get their claws on one of these guys. We are also getting a few new types of books. Now, I know last year at Cracker Barrel, we got a version of this prop that I really thought was a cool idea. The books move out and tilt around. We have two new versions, a very classic Halloween one, and then a more witch-themed one. I prefer the first one because it's just a little more authentic Halloween, but if you're going for maybe something darker, then the second one may be your option. I don't know where these might be sold at, but I would be interested in seeing them in person, and depending on the price, I might pick them up too. Gemmy's also coming out with a new mummy dog. I've heard of mummy pets before, but this one's very cool and very reminiscent of the old mummy props that Gemmy used to sell at places like Michael's. Very excited to see this one. In terms of busts, it looks like we have a new one this year. This is the Reaper bust. From what it looks like, the eyes will light up on this guy, and I can't tell if it talks, but it does seem like a neat enough character that could be included in a lot of displays, so maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. It's still a cool Reaper bust, it's still a new bust, and it's from Gemmy, so, I mean, you got the whole win-win scenario there. We also are getting a new floating ghoul, and this is very reminiscent of the old Gemmy props, the ones where they would float on the strings. I remember the old Dawn of the Dead ones. But this one is definitely more on the cartoony side, more kid-friendly. I could see this being on a lot of front porches for Halloween, and I think it would be very cool to have in any type of display, especially for something more geared for children. We also are getting a brand new hanging pumpkin character. This looks like the ones that we saw at Target last year. I actually was a pretty big fan of those with the LEDs inside of the face. I definitely like the design of the character, and I would love to see this being sold in more stores for this upcoming season. We also are getting a brand new Projector. This one looks very reminiscent of previous ones we've seen at Target in the past. I love the vintage look of this Projector, and I would be very curious to see what they're actually projecting. I guess we'll have to wait and see it in stores to find out. And finally, we are getting two very interesting props. The first is a very throwback candy bowl. This looks like stuff I saw way back as a kid. I would love to have this in my collection just because it's so reminiscent of early Gemmy items. And finally, in terms of tabletops at least, we are getting a genie lamp. Now, from the picture, it looks like it mists and like shoots fog out of the front. I just love the idea of a genie prop. We've never seen anything like this before, and you know that I'm a big fan of unique characters, so this might be one on my radar, and I would love to see what it actually does when it's all put together. Finally, we're moving into the lighting, and believe it or not, this is my favorite and most anticipated part of this video, because we have 3 brand new licensed lighting props. Yeah, licensed lighting. How awesome is that? The first one is a classic Pennywise light. I know, awesome, right? That is so cool, and since, you know, the new It movie came out and got, you know, Pennywise into the spotlight, they threw it back to the old Tim Curry and made a really cool light. We are also getting a Freddy Krueger light. This one is also really, really cool. I love the red color. I love his large claw in the design of it. And finally, we are getting my favorite of the new lightings, the Jason Voorhees mask light. The red color on this is so, so cool. I know that the quality of the pictures are a little bit down, but seeing this in person would be awesome. This is totally on my wish list for this year. I love Jason Voorhees, and having a light of him either in my display or even in my room would be really awesome to have. Other than the licensed lighting, we are also getting a few new generic lighting props. We first have this random assortment of Halloween characters that you can choose from to have illuminating your wall. Very cool designs. I like a lot of these. And if you're not a big fan of the ones in color, you can also get ones in black and white. So it's cool that they're having two different options for these particular lighting sets. You also can get these ghost lights, which kind of, I would assume, move around, but they do look really cool in the fact that it's kind of a brighter color. Again, this one's probably geared more for children, but I really love that they're getting some more unique lighting sets for this year. And with lighting now wrapped up, we have concluded on the 2018 Gemmy lineup. Leave a comment below. What was your favorite prop, lighting, inflatable, etc. from this list? I would love to hear your opinions in the comments below. Who's ready for Halloween? Hit that like button if you are, and make sure to subscribe because I do Halloween videos all year round. Thank you for watching, and remember, as always, for all things Halloween, this is Hauntformer.